All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our first game 3 of the day. This is UNSKL versus GWHAT. And UNSKL has, let's see, I, Mother of Dragon in the daring, typical gun build. I'm just going to call this guy Thraka. Thraka when the walls fell is in the Gdansk. Typical gun build. We've got Marvin, Paranoid, and in a COTS build gearing. Charge double 2007 numbers is in Marsilli, in your typical build there. Mentor Seraphim is in the Yoshino. Woo, lots of torpedo spec in that Yoshino. Interesting choice. First time seeing Yoshino, by the way. Ubravkin 98 in the Napoli. That's not secondary spec. Interesting. More of a just kind of a, I guess you could say generalist build for cruiser. We got Chevalert in the Moskva with reload booster. Persik in the Vermont sniper spec with quick scope turn. So that's main battery mod 2, I think, in the third slot there. And Necroist in the Kremlin. It's a tank build. What do we have to the south?
GWHAT's Club Airs. I'm just going to call it typical Club Air build. Just hauling butt to Alpha. I wonder if he gets there first. He is being followed by the Bragon, running accuracy and range. He's got one spec into, what is that called? Secondaries. I believe he's running a captain for that. The Ragnar's running radar and range mod.
Which captain are you talking about?
For the Bragon.
That's Adrenaline Rush.
Oh, is it Adrenaline Rush? Jesus,
yes, that's boosted Adrenaline Rush and boosted Grease the Gears.
Yeah. At least I got the captain part right.
Guys, don't worry. Puddin does play this game.
The daring at Bravo by himself. Looks like he's going to reverse. Typical daring build. And what we have on the heavy contest side with the gearing and nowhere near the front. Stalingrad running more radar reload. Moskva, not unique, running reload instead. The typical gearing build is probably going to end up smoking the booster, then try to contest, but he is heavily torp build. He even has the torp reload. Then we have Wooster running reload and more radar, and to everybody's shock, then Paul, an American battleship in the name of Vermont, running sniper build with plotting room. Got that one right for a change.
Yep, and a reminder, UNSKL banned the Des Moines, GWHAT banned the Petropavlovsk. So we will not see those two ships this game.
Or Marsilli, or a Nevsky, or Brisbane.
Oh, Marsilli's in here.
Oh wait, that wasn't banned. Oh no.
No.
Dreams.
Louisiana.
Dreams. Yeah,
Nevsky.
dreams don't come true.
Early radar by the Gdansk to see if anybody is approaching the sea cap. And the ironic thing with that gearing being so far behind at the start is he didn't get picked up on radar because of that.
Well, I mean, the play is smoke the boost start, then you get your gearing in. Right? In the infamous words of Hap Fodder, it's not who gets the cap first, it's who controls the caps the longest.
That is
Right.
That is very true.
Now, with getting a cap first, you do force your enemy to do things, i.e., they got alpha first, right? They do have to make a play for a cap somewhere. And GWHAT, I have a feeling, is not going to get the Bravo cap. UNSKL will, just due to the simple fact of there's a Moskva to help out his daring. Your daring is kind of alone. Well, the Vermont has got his guns looking, I'm sure, at a typical Moscow spot. UNSKL pulled the audible and said, we're going to put it on the other side.
Yeah. The two darings here, what the Moskva is going to do is it's going to slow down, obviously, GWHAT's opportunities to get B and probably prevent it completely. But Mark being in that position will also slow down UNSKL's ability to grab the B cap. And you can see the Stalingrad actually picking up Mother Dragon's daring early, forces him to back off. So, yes, UNSKL is probably going to come away with this cap, but it's going to take them like 5 minutes or longer to get it. Meanwhile, GWHAT gets the A cap for free.
I was going to say, well, while that's all going on, your only cap that I can flip for anybody is just ticking away at points.
Mm-hmm. And the points matter, guys, because at this moment right now, GWHAT's in the lead, right? So if you're playing as UNSKL, you're not necessarily scared, but at the same time, it does put a bit of a timer for you. You know you're going to have to either get a kill or come up with 2 caps someplace to make up for that 1 cap ticking for extra time.
Well, realistically, what it does is the reason I go to clan battles, because I'm sure a lot of people have played clan battles here compared to cons, is your timer is ticking, right? Like, you need your ships to get into position, and then you have to make the play first.
Yep.
Right? You end up having to be the ones to dig the enemy out where they don't. They just wait for you to move into them. Right, which means you need to get control of the flanks, the sides of the map, the 1-2, the 9-10.
Right.
You know, dig the ships out.
Now, the Burgon for GWHAT has rotated all the way over to the A cap, and it's an interesting choice because what are they up against, right? They're up against a Gearing and a Yoshino, and that's it. Yoshino, of course, has all the crazy torpedo power. 20 kilometer, I like to call them team-killing torpedoes, although team-killing is no longer a thing in the game.
Team-killing.
And, you know, that makes a very strong kite flank. The problem for UNSKL is they don't have the cap, so they can't kite away. And Greek Show in the Ragnar is doing a great job. Let me put the radar overlay up. You can see right there, he's covering all of the A cap. So as soon as A gets flipped, he's going to pop his radar. Actually, he can't. His radar's down. But he will soon. .tm.
Well, I think the interesting thing with Burgon versus Yoshino is they're both slinging HE and are both known as actually like fire starters. So it's who's going to be able to burn who down the best.
Yep. Some other early contact here at Mother of Dragons Daring, and you can see right now, like I said, they don't even have a chance of getting the B cap just yet. So B cap is turning into a no man's land as UNSKL grabs the C cap, and the Ragnar is unable to stop the A cap. Also, torpedoes coming. That could be problematic for the Ragnar as he takes 2 and goes down. Or did he take 3? He took 3. Marvin with the huge kill. Somebody needs to clip that moment. Please go back and clip that. That was amazing. That's why you can't just sit and shoot.
Especially as a destroyer.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's going to make it really hard for GWHAT to respond. And if you note, we have a lead change now. GWHAT is in the back seat. They have no caps. They're down a ship. And they're down 60 points. And that gap is growing.
Well, more importantly, though, too, your HP pool is starting to become a bigger issue, right? Like your Burgon Yoshino, you know, while the Burgon has more HP, you know, that's HP you can't afford to lose. Because even though it is 15-inch guns and you're probably slinging more HE, you still have the AP that could potentially slap.
Right. Right. I really don't know that I like Yorbin's position here in the Burgon. I would have rather seen him try to work on Chevalert's Moskva and just HE burn it down from, say, Golf 4 or something, right? You play around there, use the island to block shots from the enemy battleship that's been spotted this whole time so they know he's there. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, I think the reason the Burgon had to go over there was you brought an extra destroyer, which means you're down a cruiser in a sense.
True.
Right. And all your cruisers are set at sea, ironically, and you don't even control it.
And they've all been spotted too, so right, that's true. So UNSKL knows there's no cruisers at A, which means no real radar threat other than the Ragnar.
And the Ragnar decided to eat torpedoes.
Yes.
Which force your club to come back, and now the Gearing controls pretty much everything at A cap.
Yep. Don't give a ship in the Kleber has just gotten spotted. Now, you can see Marvin already just dumping some torpedoes down. Now, the question's going to be, is this Kleber going to go for it, or is he going to back up? If he goes for it, he's going to go right out into torpedoes and die in pretty much the exact same place. He's doing it.
More importantly, the Burgon actually had AP loaded, which actually hurt the Goering.
Yeah, I saw that. Nice dodging there.
I am a big believer in AP from battleships on DDs because I prefer the guaranteed damage.
Oh, look at the Moskva. Nope, that won't work. Toggle line torpedoes miss. But yeah, the AP shells, if they overpen, that's guaranteed 10% damage, right? No matter what.
Right. To where, you know, DHE's got a chance, and very good chance, just knock out a bunch of modules and do minimum damage.
Right. HE will also cause saturation. And as areas get saturated, there's less damage taken to those areas. That's one of the reasons why the French destroyers are so popular, because they get saturated and they just take less and less and less damage from HE.
Right. So for everybody here, the trick is once you get the French DDs to under half to a quarter, just switch to AP.
That's right. Can we
because
take a
it's
second?
going to be the guaranteed damage.
Can we take a second and highlight the fact that now GWHAT has countered, has responded by grabbing each cap in this game. They've got all 3 caps. Kremlin is right in front of the C cap, but he probably doesn't feel comfortable going forward into the C cap. The daring Moskva, despite Moskva being there, the daring Mark Anson still manages to grab B cap because of the threat of those single fire torpedoes. The Moskva was forced to back off. And now Marsilli is charging down the middle, down the 7 line. UNSKL is rotating completely.
Which way is the Burgon's guns looking, right? Because I'd be calling that out, having the Burgon rotate his guns. Yeah, he is rotating his guns, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the Marsilli, you know, took advantage of that of, hey, we know the Burgon was shooting. He's the one that's going to have shots on you. If you're going to make your move to bully Stalingrad, you've got to do it now, because now the Burgon guns are out of this. And ironically, if I was Yoshino, if he was spotted, you could start shooting him because his guns are looking the other way.
Now, in this particular battle, nobody has died from UNSKL yet. But one of the things that we always do with clan battles is if somebody dies, they go and they spectate the battleships on the enemy team. And they call out who is the battleship looking at. They call out when the battleship fires and who the target most likely is, so that that person can, you know, try to dodge. Ooh, big hit there at Potato Researcher Stalingrad. That was the Vermont from long range, I think.
Could be, but...
Heal up.
We got the Gdansk shooting at him. We have the guaranteed fires from Marsilli shooting him.
Yes. Now, speaking of Marsilli, look at him. He's on fire and quite low. Oh, there's that Burgon cross shot you were talking about. It just landed.
Good on the Burgon to keep paying attention to that.
That's right.
Like, if you also notice, the Burgon's position was, you know, there's 2 torpedo boats on my side. I need to get something to guarantee I can park for a minute, get some shots off.
That's right.
And be completely safe. Like, the Vermont can't even hit him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what island cover gives you.
Yes. I call it the island shield. You think back to the ancient Spartans or anybody else in ancient times. You've got a sword and you've got a shield. The shield is your left arm. You hold that up, and that's the island right here. Blocks all torpedoes, blocks incoming damage, and also blocks vision. So parking yourself next to an island does protect you from those cross shots, and that's perfect, because that's what they absolutely needed. They needed to kill the Marsilli. He was the only target that really pushed hard. They were able to focus him down, and this might signal the end, beginning of the end for UNSKL, as minute and 20 seconds to go before GWHAT wins on time.
Now, like Zath was pointing out, like the reason the Burgon can even do this maneuver is solely because of the club. The clubber is your eyes and air.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I know everybody's shocked and appalled that a destroyer's the team's eyes and ears.
Right.
But it's interesting, this Vermont is moving up unspotted. because the club is doing the right thing, trying to get the resets on A, because they know they need to stall them on a cap,
Yes.
right? Burgon is wisely going, you know what? I'm not going to back up because I don't know what's there. Somebody just smoked up. There's a good chance of torpedoes. He's now reversing yet again.
Yep.
But he's going to stop and go forward once. I believe he's like, okay, this is too far. Can't see anything. I'm not going to risk torpedoes. The club is not shooting anymore, which means nothing spotted. So there's no reason for him to back up to risk it.
Burgon has got his heel up. Now, worthy of note, once again, no cap gain. Actually, now just changed because Mother Dragon was forced off the B cap. 1 minute now, and GWHAT wins. But I'm sure Mother Dragon's just going to back up. There's the radar to catch Mark Anton. Oh, big hit there from Child 1993's Vermont on Mother of Dragon. 44 seconds remain in this battle, guys.
Sadly, he has to get on the cap. He's the closest.
There's no choice. There's zero choice. The Kremlin manages to go into sea and just kind of sit there and block it with his body. Torpedoes coming for the Burgon.
I do believe GWHAT is well aware they were on one cap win, which means they need to kill the steering in B.
Yep. To the point where now that the smoke is up, I would just be shooting exactly there, especially if you've got the smoke center mod, because it tells you where the center is. You just know where to shoot. That's it. Done. See? Right there. Boom. Do you see that hit? I don't even have to look at the ships to know that people are shooting right there. That's how powerful this mod is. And we're going to see him die momentarily as soon as the Vermont shells are up. Oh, wait. Nope. Single fire torpedoes. Moskva dies for GWHAT. Oh, that's a huge time extension. They tried to send the Moskva after the Kremlin.
Big.
Why would they do that?
Very big. Why?
Now the Stalingrad is moving into position.
You had to get you have to get this kill on the daring that is now spotted.
Oh, he's dead in moments. There it goes. All right, time ticking up again. 51 seconds now. But Anton just gets clobbered. He's got to back off. I mean, he just has to run. You can't risk the Moskva having radar available or the Gdansk. Neither of them do, but of course, we know that Mark Anton does not. Unless they're good at counting.
Which we all know we're horrible at.
I mean, in a tournament situation like this, or clan battle stress, all that, the chances of you counting are minimal. All right, there's the kill on the Kremlin. Let's get in for our death pick. Come on. Oh, thank God. I love that they put this this delay in now. It gives me the chance to get all those death picks. Chef's kiss.
I mean, I think that's just the power of the score timer mod. It does all that math for you.
Yes. Yes.
So I would like to see that actually just added to the game.
And even with that, sometimes the math is a little off, but it's close enough.
It's better than having to figure everything out yourself. Like, it's possible, it's doable. There are many ways to figure out to score stuff. It's just that information is given to you just a little bit easier.
Yep.
It's not like it's secret information, which is obviously why the mod is allowed. It's not secret. It just does some of the work for you so you can focus on your gameplay.
Exactly.